What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Doing a little recap of yesterday's free picks. Yesterday we ended up 3-1 on our free picks. The only one that missed and the one that sold the sweep was Kawhi Leonard. Now, we took Kawhi Leonard over 34.5 points, rebounds, and assists. He ended with 30, sold the sweep. It is what it is. Before we do anything, guys, I do have to pick a winner from yesterday's video to win a free month of our VIP. So if you guys are new to the channel, I do this every single day. If the video today gets 250 likes, I will randomly select a comment from the comments to win a free month of VIP. So drop a like, leave a comment, make sure you guys are subscribed. If you guys aren't subbed, please sub. Really would appreciate it. We're getting close to 50K and would love to hit that number. But let's go ahead and pick our winner from yesterday. So the winner's going to be for one Lamel, who said VIP me twin. Well, Lamel, send me a message on Discord. I'll get you added for that free month. I appreciate the love and support from every single one of you guys. And let's go ahead and talk about our bet tracker as well as some of our wins from yesterday. So some of the wins. First of all, free pick. I gave this slip out for free. Con Knuppel plus Jalen Brunson. This was a very, very sweaty slip. Knuppel hit a 3 at the end of the game. He actually hit 2 threes in the fourth quarter to actually cash us there. It was very sweaty. Rockets ended up winning that game as well. I did call the Rockets to win. I did have Pistons-Knicks game. I had the Knicks to win. They ended up losing. So looking at our money line yesterday, here's a Rockets win. I played their juice line at -190. I don't recommend playing lines like that, but I just liked the Rockets. And I was like, you know what? It's a unit risk to profit half a unit. I'm going to take a risk on it. It paid off. I took Knuppel again at 12 points because he was kind of a staple yesterday. Played him with Wemby for 2 blocks. It was boosted. And I played it with Devin Booker. Now, Devin Booker ended up becoming a reboot, so I only profited $100 on this slip. But Booker, I don't know what happened, man. They put him in the All-Star game, and he played 6 minutes the first half and then didn't come back, and that's it. So I'm not sure why they even attempted to push him if he's hurt. Like, just let the dude rest and stay injury-free because the Suns team has such a good team this year. Why risk the injury? But Booker was rebooted, thankfully. $100 profit on that slip. We did start our ladder challenge yesterday. So if you guys are not telling the ladder challenge, go follow me on Instagram. It's Ryan Fantasy Aces. I'm dropping the ladder challenge again, day 2. We'll be going all in. I started with $50 yesterday. I played Raptors money line on this one. It was -185. The way this ladder challenge works is I can play any play that I want up to -500 odds. And we just go all in every single day. So I risked it a little bit on day 1 at -185 just to get this rolling a little bit faster. I really liked the Raptors yesterday. I told you guys that in the video. They ended up beating the Bulls last night, and we ended up profiting on our ladder challenge. So if you guys want to tell, once again, go follow the Instagram. Played the Magic with the Celtics. This was my favorite line on the day yesterday was the Magic. I told you guys the Magic were one of those teams that they were fighting for a playoff spot and they were going against the tanking team. So it should have been free. It was. Played it with the Celtics. That was a free win. That was a nice $200 profit slip. And then we had a couple of little surprise pick slips from two of the free square or discounts they gave us, as well as a discount over on Underdog, which was a $10 max. So overall, yesterday was a great day. For the bet tracker, I profited $89 on my bets in terms of money lines. The only money line I played that missed was Knicks money line, so that one ended up missing right there, and we ended up losing $250 on that one, but still up $90 yesterday. And you guys can see a lot of days this month already where I haven't even placed a money line bet, and that's due to nothing I like. Now, this bet tracker tracks the slips that I post because there seems to be some confusion behind this. If I play 3 money lines, they're going on the bet tracker. If somebody in the Discord posts 5 other money lines and I don't play them, I'm not putting them on my bet tracker. Just throwing it out there. So this is on here. If I had an app that could track Thunder Pick directly, I would just use that. I'm actually thinking about creating my own tracking app. If that's something you guys think you'd be interested in, maybe I do that. And we have like a nice platform I can connect to Thunder Pick and all these other platforms. That would be awesome. But that being said, $90 profit yesterday, up $438 for the month, which is a pretty low month. Over the last 3 months, we're up 14,161 with a 63% hit rate on our money line. So we've been crushing these NBA money lines. Let's continue that today, guys. So if you guys do want to get every single one of these money lines, like I said, 14K profit in the last 3 months, you can join our WAP. WAP link's down in the description. It's only $10 a week or $25 a month. And right now you can use code NBA to get 20% off. And this discount will be going away pretty shortly. So if you guys haven't used it, I highly recommend trying it out. But that being said, let's go ahead and talk about these games, guys. Let's go ahead and lock in some slips. And let's go ahead and make some money today, hopefully. First game. This one's going to be a banger. We got the Cavs taking on the Hornets. Both of these teams are on a back-to-back. Now, I played against Charlotte last night. I took the Rockets -185 or 189. Very, very juiced play. Hornets almost beat the Rockets. That was a sweaty game. The Rockets were down for the first half, and I honestly was getting kind of worried that the Hornets were just going to put BTA and beat them. Now, Charlotte right now is plus 207. The odds on this game are so bad that it makes it very hard for me to lean the Cavs. Now, all day yesterday, I told my dad, I told people in the Discord, I was like, if the Hornets lose to the Rockets in a close game, I think the Cavs beat them. And the Cavs had an easy win last night. Most of the money's on the Cavs. It's a 6.5-point spread. I looked at this. The Cavs beat the Nets by 30. So it was not a close game. They didn't have to play their starters very much. Houston ended up beating Hornets in a very close game, like I said. Hornets struggling a little bit with some injuries. They do have Diabate out. Miles Bridges is out. McNeely's questionable. And Kobe White is doubtful for tonight. So they're missing a lot of players that could end up changing if some injury news comes out. Or they're suspended. That can't change anyway. They're suspended. What am I talking about? So they are missing those players. It's hard not to lock the Hornets at plus 203. What I'm leaning on is potentially taking a spread with them, and I may end up taking a spread to like plus 8.5 and get it like minus 140. I think you can do that. We can see here. Let's change this outline. We can get minus 145 plus 8.5. I may end up playing something like that. This might end up being the line that I take, and the best odds right there are going to be on. So I can get Cauchy at minus 138. So I may end up taking that, but that's kind of what I'm leaning. Either that or Hornets money line. I can't bet against the Hornets at plus 200. In terms of player props for this game, Harden assist is always going to be good right now. Dude's been an assist machine. Donovan Mitchell, good to play most of the time. They do have a lot of mouths to feed right now, so Harden assist is probably one of my favorite lines. You're looking at the Charlotte side of things. I think Khan has another good game. I really do think Khan dropped some points. He didn't shoot very many shots last night. He was 1 for 3 going into the fourth quarter on three-pointers. Did not take very many shot attempts. He ended up banging out some threes in the fourth. I think they lean on him a little bit more tonight, and I think Knuppel has more shot attempts than he did last night, and Brandon Miller, I think, slows it down a little bit. But I do think this is a close game. I think you could take the spread if you want, and potentially Hornets money line. If I had to pick a winner of the game outright, I'd think the Cavs win this game. I really do, but that's just my personal opinion. Next game, Jazz Grizzlies. Listen, the Jazz were tanking. They got fined $500,000 for tanking and sitting out their starters. They got singled out by the NBA. I don't know that they continue to do that. Now, do I think they play to their full potential? No. I think some of these players still play low minutes. I think Markkanen still continues to get these mid 25 minutes, whatever. If he plays more than 30 minutes tonight, this is going to be one of those games where it decides how I look at the Cavs, or not the Cavs, but the Jazz going forward. Because Markkanen, you can look at his minutes. He's not injured. 24.5 minutes over his last 5 games. Dude has not been getting very many minutes at all. You can look at the decline here. Like he sat a little bit for illness and then comes back and plays no minutes. So if they continue to give him minutes like this, I'm just going to assume the Jazz aren't trying to win games. If he comes back and plays 35 minutes tonight, then I think that they're like, we got fined. We kind of just got to do what we can. They're missing Keontae George. Jaren Jackson's out for the season. Kessler's obviously out for the season. Nurkic is out as well. Oscar's questionable. Memphis missing a ton of players as well. I'm going to be fading this game. Based off of what I think right now, I'm kind of leaning the Jazz. I'm going to be honest with you. They're plus money. It's a 50-50 split on the money. Give me the Jazz, but I'm going to be paying attention to the minutes for these players mainly and see kind of the rotation of what's going on here. So this is one of those games you really just got to keep an eye on and then kind of decide like going forward how you want to look at them, because I don't really know what to expect from them. So I call the Jazz to win if you want to run it, but it is going to be very risky in my personal opinion. Next game, Wizards-Pacers. They played last night. It's the same, playing in Washington once again. The Wizards won 112-105. It was a very close game. Both teams missing a ton. Like, this game's hard to call. I guess I would take Washington to win in current status, maybe. I don't know, man. This game I'm fading. You're not going to see me place a bet on this one. Maybe some player props on this one, but other than that, really not much I'm looking at on that game. It's kind of what will be the opposite of Clash of the Titans? Clash of the Smurfs. That's kind of what we're looking at here, in my personal opinion. Both teams 15-41 and 15-39. Like, not very strong teams right now. So, but a lot of injuries to do with that as well. Next game, going to be another banger. We got the Heat taking on the Hawks. Now, last night the Heat was minus 150. I had a meeting with my little mentorship program. We were talking, and I was like, I kind of want to see what happens with this Heat money line, because I started to lock it at minus 150 last night. And my reasoning was, if the Hawks lost in a close game, Miami's fresh. Miami's a decent team. Hero's probable. I think they can come get a win. Now, the Hawks must have done something that the people liked last night. And, I mean, they're playing for a playoff spot. So are the Heat. So, for me, this game is very competitive. Now, Miami, like I said, we're minus 150. I wanted to lock them. Atlanta playing on a back-to-back, had a close game last night, and the lines ended up going to minus 138. Now, most of the money right now, I mean, it's kind of split. There's not really a majority side. Most of the money on Atlanta plus 3.5, but there's slightly more money on Miami money line. Now, the Hawks won. They beat the Sixers last night in Philly. They traveled. They're back home. This is the first game Miami's played since the break. So, in my personal opinion, I'm rolling with Miami here. Norman Powell's questionable. Tyler Hero probable. Keyshawn Johnson questionable as well. On Atlanta's side of things, Kuminga is out, and that's the only one. So, be paying attention to injury news, seeing if anything changes. Hopefully, Norman Powell plays. If Powell plays, I think Miami's going to end up being either right at even or not right at even odds, but I think there'll be probably minus 160, minus 170. If he gets ruled out, I do think that it can become even odds. So it really depends on what you think with Powell here. I think I'm going to take my chances here and just rock them in at minus 138 on Kashi. That's kind of what I'm looking at. So I'm going to run with the Heat here. Heat are one of my favorite plays, or not my favorite plays, but a play that I like a lot today, and I'm going to trust my gut on that one. So Miami money line is what I'm locking in. I do think Bam has a good game here. On the Hawks side of things, and there's a lot of mouths to feed, not really any particular player prop I'm looking at right now, but that may change here in just a little bit because that is a very fast-paced game. It's got 244.5 total, so very hard to want to pass up on that game for player props. Next game, Mavs versus Timberwolves, another game that I'm fading. Minnesota's minus 610, fully healthy going against the Dallas team. They're 19-35. Unless they go on a huge run, they're not making a play-in spot, so it could happen, but I'm kind of just expecting the Mavericks not to have a crazy good season because I'm pretty sure that Cooper Flagg's out for the rest of the season, correct? Yeah, he is. So I'm expecting this team to tank a little bit. I'm just not going to bet on this one. It's got a 13.5 point spread and could get ugly. Same thing for this one. Nets versus OKC. Nets just got blown out by the Cavs. They're playing in OKC. OKC, the best team in the league as of right now, reigning champions. Most of the money's on OKC, a 17.5 spread. OKC missing some players like SGA and Jalen Williams. But other than that, man, this is just one of those games like the spread's too high. It's got blowout potential. A team on the back-to-back that just doesn't, that's tanking. It's just not a game that I want to touch. So I'm going to be fading this one. If you want to play anything like that, maybe the spread or the total potentially, but for me, it's just a big X, not touching that game. Last three games are okay. Pretty decent games. We got a good matchup here, the Pelicans versus the Bucks. Now, the Pelicans are 15-41. This is a team that I would think has a lot of talent when they're healthy. They're minus 156 favorites at home. The Bucks are plus 157. Now, the Bucks are playing for a spot in the play-in. So, the Bucks are one of those teams, like, I expect them to try to win some games. Especially if Giannis is going to come back this season. Like, if Giannis is going to start playing, I'm pretty sure Giannis stated the other day that he's happy with the Bucks right now. We're good. They've squashed their beef, whatever. So, I'm expecting Giannis to come back soon from his injury. If that happens soon, I expect this Bucks team to start playing pretty well. Now, right now, they're plus 4.5 underdogs on the road versus the Pelicans. The Pelicans have looked awful. I'm expecting them to, I don't expect them to be fired up for the second half of the season. I'm going to be honest with you. Maybe they do. That'd be awesome. They're missing Messi. They're missing potentially or most likely Trey Murphy. DeJounte Murray obviously out, and then Micah Peavy's out as well. Milwaukee missing Giannis, missing Torian Prince, and missing Miles Turner. In terms of player props, I do think the Milwaukee side, they have a very good matchup in the Pelicans. The Pelicans don't play very good defense. I'm looking at Kevin Porter. I'm looking at Rollins, potentially. Kuzma, not somebody I'm looking at very much. So it's pretty much these two guards on the Milwaukee side of things. Pelicans have a lot of mouths to feed. Honestly, a lot of mouths to feed. So maybe Sadiq Bey. I don't know, man. I don't know who I'm looking at on this team. Now, I'm going to extensively research this Pelican side of things a little bit more, and I'm going to potentially run a play. But we'll see. I'm looking at maybe Sadiq Bey, maybe Fears. Zion, I don't really bet on very often because he's very inconsistent. So maybe Fears or Bey. Those are the two I'm looking at from the Pelican side of things. But other than that, man, I think the Bucks. I hate betting on the Pelicans. Every time I bet on them and I think they're going to win, they chalk me. But something just tells me, man, I'm going to bet on the Bucks at plus money and the Pelicans are going to win. Give me the Bucks. I'm calling the Bucks for plus money. I think they're a live dog here. I think they have more fire on them to make the potential playoffs, and I think they can win this game. So give me the Bucks, and Porter as one of my favorite plays from that game. Next game is going to be the Clippers versus the Lakers. Clippers on a back-to-back game. Lakers, first game back since the break, minus 233 favorites at home, a 6.5 spread. Most of the money going to be on the Lakers side of things. The Clippers just beat the Nuggets in a 1-point, very, very close game, and that one was in L.A. Now, they are traveling to L.A. playing against the Lakers. But other than that, man, the Clippers missing Bradley Beal for the rest of the season. Garland's still out. Lakers, no injuries whatsoever. Doncic is back. Now, let's talk about Doncic, because him and Jokic both sat majority of the All-Star game. Now, I thought that the world's team had the best team healthy. For sure. They definitely did. If they would have had SGA, would have had Doncic, would have had Jokic, Wemby, how do you argue that that's not the best team between the three? All teams stacked. That team's the best by far, in my personal opinion. When all the players sit, they're not the best team. Doncic didn't play. I don't know if he's going to be limited tonight. I don't know what to expect from Luka. So I can't trust to take the Lakers. The Lakers should make the play-ins at least. Playoffs, most likely. They're looking pretty decent this season. 61% of games they've won. They're playing against a tough team. Clippers are on a back-to-back, but at minus 230, man, I just can't play the Lakers. The line is too juiced. If we look at the spread, do I expect the Lakers to cover 7 points versus the Clippers? I don't trust it. So I don't really know if there's a money line I like here. Potentially playing the total one here. Kind of leaning the over for plus money. I don't know though. If I had to pick a money line, I'd just take the Clippers for plus 200. I just don't expect a. I just don't like the odds for the Lakers here. But it could go either way personally. That's my personal opinion on this one. So I guess give me the total, but I'm not saying take that bet. That's not a lock. I'm probably not going to run that, but I may end up coming out with some type of parlay on this one. Maybe I run like Clippers plus 6.5, or maybe I buy this to like Clippers plus 12.5 or something, and it'd be like minus 200, and I play it with some other play. But we'll see. I'm gonna come up with something for this game most likely. I just don't know what I'm gonna do. Last game on the slate is gonna be the Trailblazers taking on the Nuggets. Now we just saw the Nuggets got beat versus the Clippers in L.A. Traveling to Portland to play against the Trailblazers. Portland is plus 117, underdogs at home, a 1.5 spread. Most of the money going to be on the Nuggets. The Nuggets pretty much fully healthy. They're missing Bates, Gordon, and Peyton Watson. So a few players out of there. Portland missing quite a few players. Missing Dame, obviously. Chris Murray's questionable. Shaden Sharp is out, and then Thibault is questionable as well. They do have Avdija back. If Avdija is not limited, I expect him to have a baller game. If he is limited, it's hard to put money on him. Now, I am saying Avdija is probably my favorite play from this game. On the Denver side of things, not a whole lot that I'm really looking at. So give me Avdija on this one. That's the only player prop I'm looking at. But in this game, potentially, yeah, I kind of like the Nuggets as well. I'm going to be honest with you. Even money, the Nuggets are the better overall team. But playing in Portland, man, Portland's hard to beat. This game could go either way. So we'll see. I don't really have I'm just going to, I guess, lock in Nuggets is what I'm going to say. I'm not planning on putting a full unit on the Nuggets or anything. If I were to bet on this, it'd probably be like some half unit play or put it on a long shot parlay or something like that. But yeah, give me the Nuggets, I guess. Other than that, let's go ahead and talk about some player props. Let's go ahead and lock in some slips live, and let's make some money, hopefully. So I do want to say, if you guys doing a free month of our VIP, you can sign up for any partnered app down in the description. Parlay Play, Underdog, Sleeper, Novig, Dabble, Better, and Chalkboard. If you sign up for any of those, you get a free month. The one that I recommend right now is going to be Parlay Play. I play on Parlay Play a lot. I keep a large bankroll on Parlay Play majority of the time. Parlay Play gives a ton of boost. You can see all the promos right now. This is just for today, and they do this every single day. You can select every single one of these promos that you want. You can play all of them. You can play one of them. It's totally up to you. Highly recommend it. They give you $5 for free. You get a deposit match up to $100. Use code FANTASYACES, and let me know, and I'll give you a free month of our VIP as well. But anyways, let's go ahead and lock in a slip. I have my Mountain Dew Zero here I'm about to take a sip of. Your boy needed a little bit of caffeine this morning instead of my water. Just got back from boxing, by the way, which has been going great. I'm enjoying it, but don't know why I said that. Anyways, let's go ahead and jump into our first pick of the day. So the first pick of the day is going to be a boost on Parlay Play. You can play on other apps if you want. It's not going to be as good a value. But they got Harden for 6.5 assists, and this is boosted for a 1.35x. Now, I don't love the value here. 7 assists is just low for Harden. He cashes that almost every time. He's been looking very good for the Cavs as of the last few games or since he's been traded. So his line's 8.5 for plus 105. It's 8 for pretty much even odds on Prize Picks. At 6.5, you're getting good value. He's cashed it 9 of his 10. He's cashed it 73% on the season. Head-to-head, he's cashed it every single game versus the Hornets. I'm expecting a very competitive game here. Like I said, I think the Cavs win, but the Hornets spread is looking pretty nice for me. Looking at the Hornets assist defense, 16th in the league, give up about 27 assists per game to the guard position, looking at around the middle of the pack. So nothing special here. It's James Harden. He can get 10 assists easy any single game, and 7 is just low. So I'm going to be locking it in. Who do I want to pair with Harden? I'm going to pair Harden with our man Bam. Now, Bam is risky, but Bam has also been playing baller basketball as of lately. Bam has been averaging, I'm taking him for 30 PRA, by the way, 29.5. He's been averaging 34 PRA over his last 10 games. You look at his last 20, 75% of games he's cashed, 33.6. Now, when you look at him on a season, he's only cashed 60%. He had a little stretch here where he did nothing. But look at him as of lately. The dude has just been a monster lately. He's been dominant. He's been carrying his team. He had 45 PRA his last game versus the Pelicans. This is a perfect matchup versus Atlanta. This game has a 245.5 total. We've been looking at 244.5 total, something like that. Very high scoring game. They give up a lot of stats to pretty much every position. Overall, they have one of the fastest paced teams in the league. And they're playing one of the fastest-paced teams in the league, and Miami's one of the fastest-paced teams. So this game just got shootout all over it. Should be high-scoring. Love playing player props for games like that. Bam at 30 PRA is not a lot. The lineup, you got to look at Norman Powell. If Norman Powell gets completely ruled out, Bam's line probably goes to 31.5 for the same value. So it will go up for sure. If he gets ruled in, you might be able to get Bam at 28.5 or 27.5 max. I don't even see it going to that. It probably stays the same. But regardless, I'm locking in Bam. I'm taking my shot here. Give me Bam, 29.5 points, rebounds, and assists. If you want to play it, and you play these two together, you got a 1.94x. 250 wins us 485. I'm going to place the bet. I'm going to come over here to track picks. I'm going to refresh the page. I don't know why it lags like that. We're going to refresh the page so you know it's legit. And you guys can see we got James Harden with Bam Adebayo for a nice 2x. Starting the next slip, the first one that I want to take. Now, there are 2 options for this slip, and I'm going to let you guys choose your first option, or I'll let you guys choose the way that you run it. So, right now we have Denny Avdija boosted, 34.5 PRA for a 1.9x. If Avdija plays regular minutes, I think he cashes this line. If he's limited, I don't think he cashes this line. I think he cashes the 30 PRA line. So, we can either take the boost and get great value at 1.9x, or we can take 29.5 and play this for a 1.23x. Now, who are you going to pair this with? First of all, let's pull FD up. So when you look at Avdija this season, on the season he averages 39 PRA. He's cashed this line 65% of the times. If you bring this to 29.5, it's an 85% hit rate. He's cashed pretty much every single game. Now, you got to look at his minutes over his last 10 games. He's averaging, or he's come back from his injury from the 30th and the 9th to the 9th. He missed. Comes back, he played 26.6, 26.9. So he's playing 27-ish minutes per game right now. I'm expecting Avdija to get 30 minutes. That's kind of what I'm looking at. So if we put Avdija at, we're just going to put 27 to 30 minutes this season. He's cashed 2 to 4 games when he plays right at that 30-minute mark. So you're looking at a 50-50 split. This is at 29.5. At 34.5, it stays the same. So you're looking at a coin flip play if he's not playing big minutes. I'm going to go ahead and take this filter off. We're just going to reset. You can look at head-to-head data versus the Nuggets. He's played pretty decent versus the Nuggets. Last 2 games, 51 and 31 PRA, cashing 3 of his last 5, 60%. So you can run Avdija either one of those. I'm going to play him with Kevin Porter. So I'm taking him for Kevin Porter Jr. over PRA as well. Now, or points and assists, I mean. I'm going to take his points and assists. He's been facilitating a lot. He's one of those guys, he can fill up the stat sheet. Triple-double 2 games ago. Struggled versus OKC, but he got a perfect matchup versus the Pelicans. Like I said, the Pelicans are one of the weakest teams in the league in terms of defense. They give up a lot of stats. This game is going to be decently fast-paced. I don't know what the total actually is sitting on at this one, but I do think Kevin Porter has a good game. So you could play his PRA at 29.5, or you could play his points and assists at 24.5. So let's talk about his points and assists. 24.5 points and assists is going to be a minus 160 odds. If you come over here and pull Porter up, 24.5 is going to put us right here at a 1.9x if we play this one. Now, if we take Avdija at a 1.9x, we could take Porter for like 19.5 points and assists, which is a very low line. So it really determines Avdija. So we play him right here. This still gives us a 2.1x for this, which is a very nice slip. So the thought process is, do we trust Kevin Porter for 5 more, or do we trust Avdia for 5 more? And that determines, that's going to be on you guys, which one you want to play. Now, I'm probably going to play this one. I'm probably just going to risk it for Avdia, but I may end up running it both ways. I may play both. And I don't like double dipping like that, because if one of these players has just a bad game and they miss both lines, then you just chalk 2 units instead of 1. But I do like this slip. So I'm going to take a chance on Avdia at a 1.9x. Risky. Going to play it. And then I'm going to go ahead, and I think I'm just going to run both of them. I did not mean to hit that. This website is so laggy right now, man. So I'm going to come back to Avdia. I'm going to put him at 29.5 PRA. And then I'm going to go to Porter. And I'm going to play both. Because I think that this, like, picking the difference, where am I at? Points and assists. Okay. So I think Porter cashes both. I think Avdia can cash both. And I think that just having the 2 key players like this can potentially can set us up for success tonight. So I'm going to lock them both in. I don't recommend you guys do this. Listen, if you're going to come and complain if Avdia chalks both, don't play it. But you guys saw what I just did. I locked in both of them. We locked in 3 slips live. These 2 slips are pretty much the same. So if you plan on playing them both, then tell at your own risk. If not, just pick the one you like best. If you want to take a risk on Avdia, you think he has a good game, trust your gut on this one. I'm trusting my gut. I'm playing both, and that's what I got. So those are the 3 slips I locked in. If you like them, tail them. If you don't, fade them. Go follow me on Instagram to get the ladder challenge play of the day. I'll have it posted here shortly. Hope you guys have a great day. Hope you guys cash every slip. Would love to have you guys in the Discord if you're not in there already. And I'll see y'all in tomorrow's video.